welcome to Correspondence Bay. I am going to do an oracle reading with the Wisdom of the Oracle donation cards. Wearing the specs today because I don't want to be rubbing my eyes the entire time I'm doing this reading today. I did want to, I guess, kind of have a powwow with you guys and kind of, I guess, I don't know, I was just called that, maybe you've been dealing with some stress and some big changes happening in your life right now. And maybe you're not sure how to deal with it and you're like, oh my God, kind of freaking out. I just got that sense, and that I was supposed to let you know that some really good things are on the horizon from these big changes that are happening. They they feel heavy. They feel like it's like detrimental even, and you're gonna have a few hurdles, a lot of hurdles probably, but with that's going to come some really big positive changes. So be on the lookout for those positive changes because they are on the horizon, but you have to be able to see them in order for you to get them. So I'm being called to tell you, make sure you're watching for the good things that are coming because they are on top of you. They're coming in so quick. I am gonna I am not I figured I would be extra human today and just be in my pajamas and in my glasses and not done up and just I'm being human. I wanted to be human today with you guys because I feel like today is a day for humaning. So, I am just in awe right now of how beautiful it is outside right now. I don't know what the weather's been like for you, but the weather seems to be mirroring everyone's emotions right now. It went from cold and rainy to sunny and hot to breezy and sunny, and it's all over the place all in one day. So if you're experiencing this, I feel like this might be a sign for you that this is your reading. Good ways to know. First card out. And I am actually slowly doing a little more tarot on my channel. I think about it and then I kind of shy away from it, and then I'm sure you'll hear me talk about it again later, but I'm shy. I'm so excited to be on here talking to you guys. I don't know why I felt the need to look at this, but exchanging gifts is what just popped out. And I honestly feel like that's what we're doing here right now. I feel like we are exchanging gifts. Your energy is lightening and brightening my day. Honestly, it's a gift to be able to be here and talk to you guys. So we will come back to that card because I feel like it has other meanings for people. I also feel the need to pull that card. We'll see what else we have here. Okay. I feel like this is going to be a longer one, guys. We're only almost 4 minutes in, and already this is feeling like it's going to be a deep dive. I'm kind of excited. You'll notice that my energy fluctuates from reading to reading, and sometimes it's your energy, and sometimes I might just be tired from a long day, but it varies, honestly. Oh my goodness, seriously. This thing is just popping out cards left and right. Okay, I think we're finally done. Yay. This is going to be a lot of cards. I think this might be a long reading. Buckle up, friends. We are in for a bumpy ride. Not really. It's not bumpy. It's all good news. All good news. I have this vibe, I'm feeling that we have some really positive things to share today. So, without further ado, let's get this party started. I've got kind of a lot going on my table today. I don't know why I put this on upside down. Maybe you feel like your life is being turned upside down. I just got that download as I said that. You feel like your life has kind of been turned upside down lately and things are shifting rapidly and it's spinning your head, right? I'm being called to tell you to take this opportunity to pause and look at your surroundings in your house or your room. Is your room cluttered and kind of messy, or is your house cluttered and kind of messy? Are there some things that you've been kind of putting off to clean right now? That's another confirmation that this is your reading. And I'm being called to tell you that tidying those things while listening to something, like put some headphones on, just fully immerse yourself in your headphones into your favorite calming podcast or your favorite YouTube thing. Not necessarily me, but if I am your favorite, oh, I am blessed. um, but no, put on whatever calms you and soothes you, and have that playing while you're cleaning. I'm being called to tell you that it's going to help clear your energy, because when you're cleaning your space, it's helping to clear the energy in your home as well as decluttering the mind. So this is where like science and mysticism kind of intersect, and we all know that that's my favorite thing. It's the sweet spot, right? So I'm being called. I'm actually gonna. I don't always post the videos that I record same day, but I am going to post this one same day. So if you're seeing this, I literally, like, on the day that you see the date that it was posted, I posted this one same day because I feel like it's gonna reach somebody at the right moment. It's gonna end up in your algorithm somehow. So I wanted to kind of call that out because I was just, somebody's needing this message, like clearing out your house, like cleaning and like decluttering, get rid of some stuff. um, I'm being called to say heavy on sweeping and mopping. There is a lot of different scientific evidence that sweeping and cleaning and all that stuff, and getting rid of things, the excess things that you have in your house, helps declutter the mind. Even Einstein used to do things like that to help kind of clear his mind. And then he would like go on bicycle rides or go for walks. You'll see, I actually have a book. Oh, I cannot reach that. Einstein and the Art of Mindful Cycling. I'm sorry, Einstein, the Art of Mindful Cycling. It's about how he used to cycle in order to clear his mind, and I was being called to say something about that for somebody as well. Um, I digress. Check out that book. If you're a reader, if you're not into reading, there's probably an audiobook for it. I would guess. Um, but it might be something worth checking into. Um, cleaning helps to declutter the mind. It de-stresses you because when you look in your environment and you have a lot of excess stuff and a lot of dirt and clutter and all that stuff, it actually stresses you out. It stresses your mind. So when other things are happening in your life, it's almost emphasizing the stresses that you feel from those big changes. So cleaning will help. I mean, not to say that you're messy or dirty, because we all go through periods where we just kind of let stuff lie. I do that sometimes. I'm not gonna lie. Um, but anyway, it'll help you. It'll help declutter the mind and make you feel a little bit better, de-stress you, especially with the immersion into the music and stuff, because it'll kind of help kind of calm and soothe your thoughts. It is good to clean and think about things. Like that also does help, but I'm being called for that for somebody. Headphones. Like, you guys probably seen me in my shorts or whatever wearing these awesome things. I love these headphones. They are completely noise canceling. Highly recommend getting a pair of headphones that are noise canceling. I'm not going to go into like brands and all that stuff because I'm not being paid to advertise for people, but and plus you can't get those anymore anyway. I've had them forever. Um, but yes, cleaning, clean. It'll help to declutter the mind. I should probably get moving on this because this is probably going to be a long one today. I'm actually drinking water, but my cup is dark, so you can't really tell. I'm trying to lessen my caffeine addiction because it helps channel a lot better if I don't have caffeine. But your girl is addicted to the caffeine. I admit that I have a problem. I sometimes cannot fully function and I cannot be a person without my caffeine sometimes. I know I need to like correct what I'm saying to myself. I can function without caffeine. It is all in my mind. Anyway, moving on. Let's get cruising here. First card out. Thinker. Ooh, that's pretty. So today's card is Thinker. Very cool. I actually really love the art on all my cards, but this one's really pretty. This one is a picture of a fairy. I would assume it's a fairy because of the wings, with stars all over the card and little prayer flags up above, but they're paisley instead of the typical, solid colored prayer flags. And the angel number is 44. I did finally download a PDF book on Amazon, good old Kindle, of what the angel numbers are, and I will actually look that up for you because I decided I'm going to start being a better host. Let's look up 44. I actually had it up too, and that was accidental. I was just reading this the other day. Number 44, the angels are giving you extra comfort, love, and support right now. Ask them for help with everything and listen to their guidance through your intuition. That's beautiful. And that actually resonates because of what I said earlier about you experiencing some heavy, extreme changes in your life right now. So ask the angels for help. I'm going to migrate my very cluttered table decorations a little bit just so that I can hopefully make room for our cards. I may overlap them slightly. I don't think you can see them very well anyway because of my lovely agate pyramid here. I love this thing. If anybody's ever curious, this is a bunch of agate. I don't even know what the full-on name of this is. If you know, can you comment that below for me? I would appreciate that. But I love this. I love the energy of this. It's one of my favorite things. I got it on Etsy, and I think that the seller was selling it because it had chipped right here. There's a little, you probably can't even see it really, but there's a little chip right there, and I'm guessing that that was why they got rid of it. But I have never been one to shy away from someone or something that is flawed. I actually think it kind of adds character. So this thing is so beautiful. I have to show this to you. Look at that. I'm trying really hard not to drop it because that would probably break my heart. Even though I would know it was meant to be, if it happened, it would still devastate me. I love this thing. Isn't this pretty? Ah, it is so cool. And there is no organite or anything on it. It's pure stone. And I feel like that is like it's not glued together or anything. It's natural formation. And there's something just so peaceful about that to me. It makes me so happy. Surround your space with things that bring you joy. I really vibe with that whole mentality that people went through with that. I can't even remember the author, where she talks about you pick up every object, and if it doesn't bring you joy or fulfill your life in some way or have some purpose in your life, then to give it away. And if it does, then you keep it. You can hold it and like hold it to your chest. And does this bring me joy? And it sounds cheesy, but I resonate with that because it is so easy to get a very cluttered house very quickly. I have a lot of possessions and I'm slowly trying to get rid of them. I don't know if that resonates for one of you. But this is your confirmation. If you were thinking that you needed to go through your stuff and get rid of some things, that's going to help you de-stress a little bit. So I support this message. I am going to look that up for you now. Oh, thinker. So as far as my intuition went on this card, I did see, like, kind of, if you notice, there's kind of gray skies in it, but they're golden, like there's sun trying to peek through. I feel like it's a separate message from what the meaning of the in the book probably is, but that though it may seem stormy right now, the sun is just upon the horizon. It is coming through the clouds. It's going to come through any moment, and everything's going to brighten up and pick up and get better for you. It feels heavy right now, and I see that in the card. And it's funny because I said that before I even drew a card. That's how the universe works. I swear, that's why I was called to do this today. I wasn't clearly prepared for being in the public eye. I should have like brushed my hair or like, I don't know. I shouldn't have done anything. This is how it was meant to be. But I digress. I see that somebody's going through some stormy weather right now, but we get through it together. And if you guys want to talk about it in the comments below, I encourage that. I 100% encourage that. I do plan on doing like a members area once I've hit enough subscribers. So if you guys want to help me out with that, subscribe, comment, like, all these things help a lot for me to build the channel. I want to build a community. I want to build a space where people can not feel alone and get the help and advice that they may need and be able to talk about things. I want us to be able to discuss things and kind of help each other get through things. That is my goal. So if you guys want to do that, that would be awesome. The like, comment, subscribe, etc. Moving on, 44. I'm a little hyper. I went through a bit of a down spell. I'm sure everybody understands down spells. I feel like that, I don't know, I spent some time cleaning up my own space and ruminating, and I don't know. I feel like if we can help each other and send each other some positive vibes, we should definitely do that. And I know that sounds super hippy dippy, but if you're into all this stuff, you might be a little hippy dippy anyway, right? Like, it takes a certain kind of hippy dippy to be able to do this kind of stuff and be able to resonate with it. So to get what you need from these readings, a little part of you might be a little hippy dippy just so that you can absorb it. Take the advice in. The thinker, essential meanings, strategy, being analytical and logical, the oracle's message, the ability to reason and strategize is the focus now. Take things at face value and follow the logical path. Your calculations will prove to be correct. For in this moment, there is no deeper meaning than what is obvious. My lips are super chapped lately, so I'm chewing on them a lot. Sorry, guys. Take things at face value. You know, I always advise against taking things at face value because usually there's deeper underlying things, but I do see where it could be useful for if you're overthinking things too much and you're looking too far into something. Sometimes it really is just that face value. So the ability to reason and strategize is the focus now. So you need to be able to strategize your next move because apparently, you know, with whatever tumultuous seas you're going through right now, whatever big, heavy things are happening in your life right now, it's important to be able to take this moment and start strategizing your next move while not letting it get to you. And I feel like cleaning gives you kind of time to clear out all the thoughts in your mind so that you're able to think about what needs to happen next. I'm slouching so much. That's so bad for your back. Don't slouch. Maybe somebody needs to hear that if you've been having a lot of back pain lately, this message might be for you. And also, stop slouching. Start standing up or sitting up straight. And the way to know that if you're sitting up straight is if your shoulders are back. Although it makes you look like you're puffing out your chest, but it's actually really good for your spine, for your back, and for your shoulders. Logical path, your calculations will prove to be correct. For in this moment there is no deeper meaning than what is obvious. So in this moment, I feel like it's telling you to try to stay in the moment, try not to think too far ahead and stressing yourself out about it for whatever is happening right now. Just take it for what it is. Be like, okay, this is happening right now. We don't need to worry about the future. This is what happened. This is what's happening right now. And leave it at that, but plan ahead. You know what I mean? Without focusing too much on what's going to happen in the future. Take everything at face value. Things are exactly as they seem. You have all the information you need. Keep it simple, and you will win the game of life you're playing right now. So, for whatever the situation is, if you just keep it simple and stay on track with the plan that you're doing and keep it one day at a time, try not to get too mentally involved in the gymnastics, the mental gymnastics of what the next steps are going to be and like what's going to happen if you make those steps. But, obviously be, strategic. You want to plan a little bit ahead, but don't focus too much on it because that's going to stress you out. You want to try and stay in a nice, centered, calm energy, and that'll help attract the right outcomes to you. So the less stressed you are, the more you attract in that positive circumstances and positive outcomes, just so you know. For relationships, love is not logical, but when you choose a partner, it is good to have things in common other than desire. So that's a message for somebody who maybe chose somebody purely out of lust, for lustful reasons, and maybe because they didn't want it to go deeper, like they were afraid of going too deep. Unfortunately, those relationships typically you get what you put into it. So if you're only doing it for lustful reasons, there's a good chance you're not going to get anything out of it that's going to be positive for you in the long run. In fact, I'm being called to say it's going to end up draining you mentally, emotionally, and financially, whatever that means for you. It is good to have things in common other than desire. This is a time to weigh the pros and cons of your partnership. If there is enough common ground, go for it. If not, there are other fish in the sea. So some people go with like surface level things in common, and I'm being called to say something on that because I feel like when you just go for those surface level connections, those surface level commonalities, it ends up putting more strain on your entire life than it's going to do any good for you. Like you may be able to talk about those things, like it'll give you something to talk about, but you're not going to feel connected to them. You're always going to feel like you're still alone even when you're with them. Instead of like trying to connect on, I don't know, lifestyles and bands and movies and music, whatever. I just said music, I guess, but instead try to focus on deeper soul level things like how they treat people, how you treat people. It's important to focus on those things because how other people are being treated by that person goes a long way to say what kind of person they are. Same with you. However, you're treating other people goes a long way to say who you are. And it'll also say how you're going to end up treating each other. Even if you have a honeymoon phase where you're both treating each other great, in the long run, how they treat other people is going to be how they end up treating you. Keep that in mind. And it's the same thing for you. How you're treating other people is going to end up being how you end up treating that person. For me personally, if I get into a relationship, I really want to make them my focus. And I am working on this aspect of myself to where I'm also making myself the focus. Because if you can love yourself and focus on yourself, you're going to end up treating that person better than you would otherwise because you have to have balance. Balance is really important. And I just love, I have to say this because this is just keeps catching my eye. This is a little baby ZZ plant, Raven ZZ plant. It is the cutest little plant and it is a huge Two of Pentacles energy. So if you know Two of Pentacles It usually has the infinity symbol on it, which this is kind of given some of that vibe with the two little leaves, and it is the cutest thing. But from that, I was being called to point it out for a reason, I'm sure. Probably that somebody needs to work on balance and growth. So this is usually Two of Pentacles is like a balance and reciprocity kind of thing, but it also calls to like having a balance in your life with your how you're doing self-care, how you're balancing that with your career, work, whatever financial goals, and how you're balancing that with your relationships. And are you putting in the same amount of effort into the relationships as you are yourself and your career? Because all of that has to be balanced. If you don't have a balance in those three areas, stuff starts to fall apart in all of the areas. So you want to have a balance so that everything's flowing kind of naturally. I don't know why I was being called to say that for somebody, but I don't know why I keep saying I don't know why, because I know why. One of you needs to hear it. So there you are. On we go. This is the time. This is a time to weigh the pros and cons of your partnership. If there is enough common ground, go for it. If not, there are other fish in the sea. Don't force it to work. And should others tell you who they are, take them at their word. Now is not the time to indulge in a fantasy. No matter what, in this case, the facts are the facts. Prosperity message. Calculated action is called for now. It's important to sit down and plan a strategy. Focus on the steps you're going to take to claim your prosperity. Focus on the steps you're going to take to claim your prosperous life. Lists are your friend now, so get out your journals. Write down what you're going to do today to signal to the universe that you're serious about attracting abundance. True. So when you write down things, it actually helps to manifest things. When you're writing in your journal, thoughts become things. We've talked about this before, I'm sure. If not, then we're talking about it now. Um, Interesting. I had this call to tell you that when you're journaling things, focus on the positive things, because maybe you is focusing too much on negative things when you're journaling, and you're manifesting more negative things into your life when you're doing that. So I'm being called to kind of call out to be mindful when you're journaling, so that you're not doing that, because you're going to manifest that stuff into your life. You don't want to attract more negative things. So write it out and get your feelings out about it, obviously, but try to put more focus onto what you're grateful for, the good things that have happened in your day, and feel that resonate in your body, because that's going to help you to manifest more of those good things into your life. It's interesting how that works. It's a law of attraction thing, and people time and time again have talked about it. Neville Goddard used to go to sleep at night thinking about, you know, what he wanted, and thinking of himself as a man who already had it, and how he would feel if he was going to sleep that night already having had it. He like would live his days in that same energy of already having manifested what he wanted. And then he would end up getting what he wanted. If you ever are interested in that kind of stuff, I would check out Neville Goddard, even just as a means of maybe changing your perspective on life a little bit. Things to consider. I don't know. I was called to tell you that, so I did. Your plans and strategies will yield wonderful results. Remember, your most effective strategic partner is spirit. You will win this game, and your triumph will be for the highest good of all. Protection message. You might be suffering from analysis paralysis. Thinking has its place, but trying to figure everything out logically is not going to work right now. Your conclusions will likely be faulty, and you may act upon false assumptions that will get you in a jam. Give your mind a rest, do something creative, exercise, or meditate. Soon you'll come to your senses, and an aha moment will bring new clarity. Cool. I don't think I feel like I need to say anything else on that. I'm gonna go ahead and leave that at what it is. Oh, this is cool. They've got a zebra that's like a mix of zebra print on his body with a mix of giraffe print, which I'm a huge fan of giraffes. I just think they're magical. I love giraffes. I have a few little random giraffe figurines that people have given me throughout the years, and every time I look at them, I'm kind of inspired. They're such interesting creatures. They're just kind of magical. And again with the clouds in this one, this is number 33, angel numbers, and the card is chaos and conflict. I feel like that is pretty representative for what we're getting today, and so not surprising probably to any of you either. Let me look up number 33 for you in the angel numbers. 33, you have a strong and clear connection with one or more ascended masters who have answered your call and your prayers. Keep talking to them as they're helping you with your present situation. So, those of you who probably get called out for talking to yourself a lot, you're not talking to yourself, you're talking to your higher self. You're working stuff out verbally, out loud. That's all just your brain working stuff out. It's actually proven that people who talk to themselves are, like, on average, generally highly intelligent people. They're usually more intelligent than average. So keep doing it. And apparently, you're actually talking to your guides when you're doing this. So if you want to call them out directly and be like, hey, guides, or God, or universe, this is the issue that I'm trying to work out. And please, can you give me some guidance or help direct me on how to handle this? And then just keep your eyes peeled for signs and downloads. And it's real stuff, man. It's funny how it works, but the other day, I'm just gonna go ahead and call it out because I'm being called to. I like to take this thing out and I set it on my desk, and I don't know how this happened, but I mean, I was kind of in a funk for like a week, and like I knew I needed to sweep and all that stuff, and that was kind of it was kind of funny. But I was like, man, I was like, I need some guidance, and I was like, I've been in a funk, and I'm like, I feel like I need some direction on how to kind of clear my mind a little bit. And then, not even kidding, like I barely bumped the desk, and this thing shot across the room, and I was like, where did it go? It was just gone. It was gone, and I was like, what the? Seriously? I was like, I don't have time for this because I was in the middle of a project thing I was working on, and oh my goodness. So I had to go stop what I was doing, which honestly was probably for the best because I feel like if you're already in a cluttered mind state, you're not going to be able to successfully accomplish whatever you're working on anyway. It's going to be half. How do you say that without swearing? Half a worded done. I don't want to get my videos in trouble. So half a worded done, and you're gonna have better results if you are already in a kind of decluttered mind state. This thing went shooting across the room, and I was like, okay, how am I gonna find this? It's tiny. It's like it's so hard to see, especially in here. So I dropped everything I was doing. I went and looked for it. I could not find it. I kid you not. I tore that room apart. I could not find it for the life of me. And I was like, what do you want from me? And then I'm not even kidding. My broom fell on the floor in the kitchen. And I was like, what? Like, not fully on the floor. I guess that's not really accurate. It like kind of fell up against, I have it up against my kitchen stove, and it like knocked the stove. And I was like, okay, so first the lip ring, then the broom, and I was like, "You want me to sweep?" Okay, it's a pretty specific message. So I cleaned, I decluttered, I swept up. This is the stupidest thing. It's I don't. This is how the universe works. I swept everything. I went to put the broom back where it goes, and I had the dustpan sitting in between the two rooms, the room that I had been sitting in. And mind you, this is behind my desk, like way the other direction from where my lip ring had flown. Like it had flown that way, and the kitchen is this way, and this is behind my chair. And so I went to put the broom back in the little clippy thing for the dustpan. Sitting next to my dustpan, I didn't sweep anything over there. So like I didn't sweep the pile over there or anything. So it was just absolutely bizarre. But there's my lip ring just sitting right there. Like it'd been sitting there the whole time or something. And I'm like, what? Okay. So I was like, thank you. You know, always be grateful. Always be grateful, even if you're shocked and like a little inconvenienced from having to go through all that. Make sure you're being grateful and all that because good things come from those things. But I was just completely baffled. I was like, I don't understand how this happened. Like maybe it had somehow gotten attached to the broom when I was sweeping. But keep in mind, I had pulled everything apart and picked through all the dirt and stuff with prior to sweeping it, and it wasn't there. So a little weird, but swept everything. Finally, was all done. Had already dumped the dustpan, and I was just bringing the broom back to the dustpan, and right next to it, just to the left, was just my lip ring sitting there. It's stuff like that. If you just keep your eyes peeled, like the universe is gonna give you direction. It's gonna push you with weird coincidences and yeah, signs, man. There's signs. So I did all that and I did feel better having my room was decluttered because I had to go through everything to try to find my lip ring. So decluttered the room and swept it, and I did feel better because I had gotten all that done. And there's my lip ring. Obviously, I cleaned it and sanitized it before sticking it back in my face, but it just goes to show you. It's the most random thing, and I don't know if that's going to resonate or not, but obviously it's probably going to resonate for somebody. But from things that are inconvenient and seemingly bad come answers and good things, especially when you're asking your guides for guidance and help, and then right afterwards all that stuff happens. That's your sign. Anyway, chaos and conflict. How was my chaos and conflict? I hope this helps somebody. Here's our card, our little zebra, since I haven't gotten to show you yet. Very cool. And again, with the prayer flags and the sky, it's so interesting. And the clouds. The clouds are really similar in these cards also. Like, they're obviously different cloud formations. One's, I can't remember the actual names for the cloud formations. If you know it, go ahead and put it below. Love learning. But the different cloud formations, while the feeling is still kind of the same, but it's like what I'm picking up from it is that you think about it, you're in your moment of rest and thinking and contemplating and strategizing your next path, like kind of, I think it's Two of Wands energy, where you're, maybe it's Three of Wands. I can't remember. I'm not perfect with the tarot meanings. I sometimes still have to look stuff up, especially on the spot. But while you're sitting there strategizing and trying to figure out your next move and thinking about things and kind of taking that moment to rest and reflect and all that, suddenly the clouds are starting to dissipate. Slowly, the clouds are dissipating, and you see that the sky is brightening up too in this picture. I feel like that's like the sky is lightening, your load is lightening, things are coming into focus. They're slowly getting to where they need to be for you to get where you need to be. It's all going to happen. Just trust the process. You're going to be okay. And I know it's hard, especially in the moment, but especially to trust processes that in the moment feel like they are devastating. One sec here. So close. There it is. Chaos and conflict. Essential meanings: disarray, being at cross purposes with one another. I'm sorry, being cross. I've got to stop apologizing. Don't call me out for it. I'm aware of it. I'm working on it. Recent thing. Disarray, being at cross purposes with another, the tension of opposites, the value of chaos before order. The oracle's message: opposing forces come together to create a turbulent atmosphere, but consider the value of chaos that serves you well as you become unmoored by it. Scattered to the winds, you leave behind the parts of yourself you no longer need and disperse seeds to reinvent yourself anew. Although the conflict appears to exist externally, its essence is also internal, projected outward and causing disarray. You may find yourself at cross purposes with someone else, facing a storm you feel you can't control. Yet every storm passes, and chaos leads to a reordering of things. Conflict provides a way to see more than one side of a situation. Look upon this as just a moment in time when you may need to take shelter and step away from the fray. Don't be too eager to fight. This is a time to understand rather than to be understood. So, needing to understand another's point of view on something, and instead of trying to push your perspective onto somebody else, taking that opportunity in that moment to understand their perspective in that moment. So, when conflict does arise with someone, this is a message for you to take that moment and listen to what they're saying and really reflect on what they're saying and try not to be too in your head thinking about your own perspective. Because when you're too focused on your own perspective and trying to put out your own perspective for them to understand, you're not understanding what they're saying. And so the conflict just keeps getting worse. We want to try to help appease the conflict by listening in this situation in particular. So we're going to listen thoughtfully and really hear what they're saying and not try to project your own thoughts of their perspective. You need to actually hear their perspective and think about their perspective. And that's going to help you resolve the conflict. Because once you can think about their perspective and see things from their perspective, it'll help you reform your perspective of how you're looking at it. And then you'll be able to be more understood by them because you're coming from a place of understanding. We get what we give, we mirror to each other. So if you're understanding them, they're going to understand you better. Take that how it resonates, but I think you get what I mean. I feel like you do. Relationship message. Stubbornness is keeping you in a state of opposition. Same thing for the other situation that we just talked about. The incessant need to be right will only serve to prolong the conflict that deep down you want to be resolved. So you definitely want it to be resolved. And in order to resolve it, you have to give a little bit and be a little more understanding of their side of things. It'll help you for them to see your side of things too, but don't demand for them to see your side of things, because that's not you being understanding. I hope that makes sense. If you guys ever have questions about this kind of stuff, I am open to communicate with the people on my channel. It may take me a while if I get a lot of messages, but feel free to message me. I'm on Instagram at Correspondence Bay. Follow me on there, message me. I may or may not follow you back depending. I don't know how this is going to go. So as a test test run, we'll say, you can message me on there and I will respond. It may take me a while to get back to you, but don't be discouraged because I will still get back to you. You'll notice my window's a little emptier than usual because I took a bunch of plants to go get thoroughly drenched in water. Maybe a call out to somebody: water your plants if you've forgotten to water your plants. Yes. The incessant need to be right will only serve to prolong the conflict that deep down you want to be resolved. We all just want the conflict to be resolved. We don't want to continue the issue. But sometimes we get so hung up on wanting to be heard and to be right and to win that we don't actually put forth the effort needed to resolve the conflict. You know what I mean? Sometimes we have to put the pride aside, put the ego aside, and humble ourselves a little bit, and understand where another person is coming from in order to get that conflict resolved. And it's not to say that you need to be fake or false or pretend in any way, shape, or form. You shouldn't be doing any of that. This needs to come from the heart. And if you actually want to resolve the situation that you're in right now, it has to come from the heart. You can't fake it because it's just going to get worse if you fake it. You have to actually feel it and try, make the effort. This is an opportune moment to learn about your values, your sense of self, what's really important to you. So when we get stuck in our ego, we forget who we really are. Deep down, you're a person who is loving, who is kind, who is understanding, who wants to help, and who wants to hear somebody else out and wants to understand where they're coming from. You're not the person that you portray when you get stuck in your ego and you get stuck in your defensive mechanisms. You're not that person. I can feel that. You're not that person. You may think you are sometimes, but you're not. Deep down, you want the conflict resolved, or you wouldn't even be here. Like, why would you be watching tarot videos or oracle videos if you actually were that person? Some things are non-negotiable. If that's true, it's not necessary to fight. Can you find a way through the stormy emotions to higher ground? Choosing the higher road? Get you both out of that conflict zone and start, working together to resolve the conflict? Soon the air will clear and you will be in a much better place than before, for the storm will have passed, blazing a path for new growth in its wake. And that's not to say that you shouldn't be heard and seen also. There will be opportunity, and I can tell you that because my knowing, I feel it. It's a message for you that once you've taken that higher ground to understand that person, you will then have the opportunity to be understood, and they're going to try harder to see your perspective. I sense it. So, and anybody who doesn't, by the way, this is a message for somebody who's in a what's the word for that? A match that's not actually a match. I don't know how else to say that at the moment because for some reason it's not coming to me, but somebody who's with somebody who's not actually a match for them, you'll know because once you've taken those measures and that step, if they aren't trying to understand where you're coming from at that point also, and maybe this is you not understanding them after they've understood you, it may not be a good match. Or you may just need to talk about that. Depending on the situation, you'll know in your heart of hearts if it's something that could be resolved by talking about it, because communication is obviously always the first step. Try to communicate what you're having an issue about, and if there isn't an ability to come back from that with conflict resolution, and they won't come back from that issue with you, then you'll know that that's not your match. Because somebody who truly loves you will want to step up and be on an even playing field with you and be there for you, because they want to see you happy as much as you want to see them happy. That's how you know you love somebody, is you want to see them happy. You don't want to see them suffering. You don't want to see them hurting. It pains you to see them hurting. That's love. That's reciprocity. That's mutual entanglement. Is when you are physically pained to see them in pain. Like, it makes you want to cry when you see them cry. A lot of that's also just empathy, for another person, obviously. But I feel like it's more so true in relationships, though. When you were that close with somebody, if you have that deep of a feeling for somebody, it kind of kills you to see them in pain, you know? But anyway, I digress. Once the air is clear and you've understood where they're coming from, they'll come back with reciprocity and understand where you're coming from and give you the opportunity to be understood and to be seen and to feel heard. That's balance. It's the way all relationships should be. If you're not doing this in a relationship, it is not a healthy relationship because it needs to be balanced. Both parties should always feel heard and seen. And if you're only thinking about yourself being heard and seen, then you're not thinking about whether they feel heard and seen. And it's important for both of you to feel that way. If you're not feeling heard and seen once you've heard and felt and seen them, it is important and on you to think about yourself in that instance and communicate that to them. Like, because maybe they're not aware. Maybe they didn't get to see this YouTube video or another video much like it and never learned that. So you have to communicate and tell them how you're feeling. Oh my gosh, are we really at 50 minutes already? I got the yap. Okay, moving on. I think I drilled that in way hard, but I feel like somebody needed to hear it. Soon the air will clear and you'll be in a much better place than before, for the storm will have passed, blazing a path for new growth in its wake. Things can become electric and enlightened, always better than before, if you use this time constructively. Prosperity message. Circumstances appear to be chaotic, but everything that is happening now is in truth shaking things up so you can find the real path to your prosperity. Yes, it's a stormy time, and it feels as if there are opposing forces wherever you turn. We've all been there. Be reassured that there is divine purpose in this chaos. Divine purpose, which means after every storm is a sun, a rainbow or a sunny day, growth. Everything that doesn't work is being taken from you so the truest parts of yourself remain. The events occurring now are essential for your ultimate prosperity. This chaos is divinely inspired, even though it doesn't appear that way now. In time, you will know this to be true. Think about every bad thing you've gone through up till now. Afterwards, something better came from it. If you really think about it, you'll see that's true. As long as you weren't wallowing too much in the sadness of whatever left. Protection message. This is an advantageous moment to restore order and recognize the opportunity for negotiation. Even in the seeming chaos, there is a kind of divine order, a complete resorting of elements. This is powerful. If your intention is to find the best resolution for the highest good of all, there is positive news. The timing is perfect. Things are already stirred up. So don't be afraid to jump into the mix. You'll discover everything you need to know about how the situation affects you long term. Be present in the eye of the chaos. This moment is valuable. Don't waste it. That is all we need to say about that because the yap is hard with me today, friendos. And we have, oh my gosh, we have 4 or 5 more cards to get through. So if you've already gotten what you needed out of this, you're probably good. But I mean, if you want to just put me on speed 2 or 3, if you have premium, feel free to do so because I wouldn't fault you. I am going slow today. Card number 6. Not for you. Oh my goodness. We are really on one today, aren't we? We have a whole message coming out. In this picture is a fortune cookie. And by the way, in the last one, I didn't really specify because I assumed you guys could see it. But in the last one, it was like a zebra trying to change its stripes, if you've ever heard that saying. And he was covered in giraffe patterning, which is probably a metaphor for somebody masking and needing to let the masks fall away. Because I see the giraffe patterning crumbling off of him into pieces. If you see all around him, there's like pieces of stuff and debris all over him, and you can see that the giraffe patterning is falling away to show his true zebra stripes underneath. That's a message for somebody. I was called to say that really quick before I fully moved on to this one. This this card is also very cloudy, but it's a different formation of clouds, and I guess that's kind of a way to like tell somebody that There's different seasons of cloudy days that are going to come to you. Some are very beautiful. I think they're all kind of beautiful if you really look at it the right way. Um, but anyway, this one's more sunny. This one has another feeling of strategizing your next move kind of feel to it. It's got like the fortune cookie on the in the middle of a chessboard, and the chess pieces are all lined up preparing for battle. Very interesting. The fortune cookie says nope, by the way, the fortune sticking out of it. And there's a hand underneath the chessboard holding it like a waiter would hold a tray. So somebody, I'm getting called to tell you that if you're considering doing something that's beneath your talents right now, just to have something to do, because maybe you lost your job or you're about to, I'm being called to tell you not to go for something below your standards, I guess, of like your skill set or whatever. Go for something that you feel passionate about. I don't know why I'm being called to somebody who's considering being a waiter. And there's nothing wrong with being a waiter, but some people really don't like waitressing and waitering. So I'm just being called to tell somebody don't do it if you don't like it. If you like it, then yes, do it. But some people like it because it gives you an opportunity for socializing. It's all perspective. It's all how you look at it. Um, anyway, not for you. Hopefully you can see it. I know that in some of my videos, it's too bright for you to be able to see it, which I find really ironic because my rooms are really dark, but the light coming off my phone is kind of bright. So it makes things look brighter than they are. And then I've got like the sunny window next to me, so that also contributes. But number 6, let's look up number 6 really quick for those of you interested in the angel numbers, which I do understand that some of you are. And I felt the vibe from, I always feel the vibe that people would prefer if I just told you what they mean. So I'm working on doing that more. Number 6, don't worry or obsess about material items, including money. Worry lowers the effectiveness of your prayers. So worrying when you're trying to manifest better things is lessening the chance of you being able to manifest better things. Worry lowers the effectiveness of your prayers. Fortunately, the angels can answer your prayers if you ask them to. So stay in a calm and grateful vibe in your body. Try to just pull all that stress and worry out. Do what you need to do to make yourself feel relaxed. Don't focus on the stress of it. Try to focus on instead doing things that make you happy, like take that bath, go for that walk, whatever it is that calms you. And I'm heavily being advised, I guess, to tell you not to seek substances to try to de-stress as much as possible because it's going to lower your vibration. When we drink and we do drugs and all that stuff, it lowers your vibrational frequency. So you're less able to manifest the things that you want to be able to manifest because your vibration is lowered. Just so you know. No hate. I don't care what people do. But I'm just being called to say that so that somebody knows that. But try to do like natural things to reduce the stress, like meditating, breathing exercises help a lot. Candle gazing meditation, I have found so effective. I'm gonna try and reduce the amount of gabbing I'm doing. Yap yap. But candle gazing, look up how to candle gaze. I am definitely not an expert, as we all know, because I have a tendency to do things a little differently than they advise you to in the various ways they say you're supposed to do things. So find what works for you. Figure out how you're supposed to do it first, and then find what works for you. Not for you. A clear knowing, essential meanings is a clear knowing that something is being denied you. Rejection is God's protection. That is a real thing. So that is such a loud rumbling. Maybe that's a sign for somebody. think it's a motorcycle, although there is like a Porsche that's, is it a Porsche or a Corvette? Nope, I think it's a Corvette. No, it's a Porsche. Porsche nearby who has a very loud muffler. Maybe that's something to help you know if this message is for you. If you've always wanted to have a Porsche or Corvette, or you see that as your like goal in the future, this could be for you. Mm. Oh, rejection is God's protection. So divine intervention is what a lot of us mystical types like to say. So when you don't get what you want, you're actually really getting what you want. You don't know it, but it's going to get you what you actually need later and what you'll actually want later. There are times when it appears that no matter how deeply you desire something, no matter how hard you work at something, the result you seek always seems to elude you. It's as if you don't really get to be in the game and you feel you're just watching from the sidelines. The appearance of this card indicates that you are not going to attain what you want right now, that indeed your dreams for that exact thing will not be fulfilled. This is a time to radically accept that not everything is available to you when you want it. Take heart, for there are benevolent forces who desire the best for you and have a much clearer idea of what is for your highest good. Rejection is God's protection. Something much better that will make you truly happy is on its way. Trust this. So sometimes we think we really want something, and then you'll notice that you will drop all these other good things to get that one thing, thinking that that's going to make you happy. And then you get it, and all these bad things come from getting that thing. And you're like, oh my gosh, what's happening right now? And then you realize that having that thing doesn't make you happy either. And then it all just seems like a giant disaster. That was like the universe trying to conspire to keep you from getting that thing because it knew, like the universe knows that it's not actually going to make you happy. You feel like it's going to make you happy. You think it's going to make you happy. And then you attain it and it doesn't make you happy. And sometimes that's a money thing. Sometimes that's a trip. Sometimes that's a friends group. Sometimes that's some girl you're crushing on, or some guy you're crushing on, or some human that you're crushing on. Sometimes it's a pet that you wanted. You really wanted that dog from the pound, but it got adopted before you got there, etc., etc. It's divine intervention because something else that is going to actually make you happy is on the horizon. But in order for you to get the thing that's actually going to make you happy, you had to lose out on the things that you thought were going to make you happy. I hope that makes sense. And I really hope you get that because you're going to get it when you get it. But it's better if you can understand that beforehand because then the fall doesn't feel as far. You know what I mean? Instead of falling off the curb a little bit and getting lucky and missing, I don't know, getting hit by a bicyclist. Instead, you fell off the curb a little bit, you know, and you were saved from that little issue. Instead of thinking like, oh, I fell off the curb, I feel stupid, and I looked really dumb doing it. You know what I mean? Hopefully that resonates. I digress. Something much better that will make you truly happy is on its way. Trust this. Relationship message. The other message could have very easily been about relationships also, but some relationships carry an innate seed of failure in them that is obvious from the beginning, but the red flags escape your observation or you refuse to acknowledge them. When a relationship is not meant to be, it is not possible to make it be. Rejection is a sign that you're being protected by the divine. Let's see. If you're the one who must reject another, remember that you do so for both your sakes. For every pot, there is a lid. This one may be the one. Oh, this one may not be the best fit. So if you're in a relationship that's kind of miserable and it's not working, and you knew from the beginning that it probably wasn't going to work, and it was probably just a placeholder, or it was a relationship that was just kind of a rebound, or kind of just filling some void you felt within yourself and a need to have someone in your life or whatever, there's no shame in the fact that you made that choice in the moment, but when you realize it after, like, and you knew kind of in that moment also that that's kind of what it was. It's like confirmation to just let it go, because you're not going to make them happy. You're not the one for them. They're not the one for you. So you're doing them a disservice by keeping holding on to them. They may think, just like you, that, you know, for when you're not getting what you want, or something, someone's letting go of you, you may really think that you really want that, and they may make you feel like they really want you and you're the one that they need, and this and that and the other thing. But if you're not feeling it with them, and you're letting go of them, that's divine intervention for them, because somebody who is going to feel it for them will be able to step in after. But they're not going to go for somebody else, or maybe they will while they're with you, until you let go. You know what I mean? Until they are forced to go look elsewhere and find that person, or to be on their own for a while and do some self reflection as to why they went for somebody who really didn't feel that way for them in the first place. You know what I mean? So, by you letting go of that person, if you're not feeling it for them, letting them go will give room for somebody who is going to feel it. You know? And you're going to feel bad in the moment because they're going to be sad. And sometimes you just got to be sad. And for whoever's being let go of, don't come for me, because it's divine intervention. If that person's trying to let go of you, it's because they don't feel the way you feel. And honestly, you probably don't feel how you think you feel either, if they aren't feeling it. You know what I mean? Because they're probably not treating you the way you should be treated. And that should trigger self-reflection in you and be like, wow, why did I think I felt so deeply for somebody who could treat me like that? Think about that. Really think about that. Why? And don't come for that whole, if they're my soulmate, my twin flame, maybe, because I am somebody who does believe in that, but if that's true, you still want to make sure you let them let you go, so that they can do the reflection they need to do to heal themselves, so that they are able to come in and love you the way you are supposed to be loved, with balance and reciprocity. And that can't happen until both people have dealt with their shadows. You, if you're the person being let go of, need to deal with the shadows within yourself that would allow yourself to be treated how they're treating you. If they're not treating you with balance and reciprocity, which, if they're letting you go, they're probably not. Just saying. Don't come for me. Because I've been in your shoes, both sides of the fence. Um, and it takes going through it and doing the shadow work and healing within myself and yourself in order to see it afterwards. Because you can't see it when you're in the moment. When you're in the thick of it, it just hurts. And we're blind by our own pain and suffering. Feel it, reflect. Let it make you self reflect as to why you're tolerating and putting up with less than you deserve. Everyone, everyone, I don't care what you think about yourself. If you don't feel like you deserve respect, balance, and reciprocity, you're wrong. I'm here to tell you, you are wrong. You may not like being told you're wrong, but you're wrong. You deserve respect, love, balanced, give and take, reciprocity in a relationship. We all do. And that means sometimes you need to focus on yourself. Focus on doing internal work so that you are loving yourself the way they should love you. Because if you can love yourself the way you should be loved, then that's going to allow somebody else to love you the way you should be loved. But it's also going to allow you to understand how to love somebody else. You can't love them like that without loving yourself that way. Because if you're only loving them that way and you're not loving yourself that way, that's not balanced. You're not going to get the kind of love that you're giving if you're not giving it to yourself too. It's really important, really critical that somebody absorbs that. Prosperity message. You can strategize and project and systemize and invest all your time and energy, but sometimes your best laid plans seem to go awry in spite of it all. Keep in mind that no effort is wasted. Fail fast and learn from defeat. Then keep going. You will eventually succeed, although perhaps not at this game, not at this time. Know when to fold your cards. I feel like you understand what that means because we already went through all that on another level, but it's the same situation for jobs and financial stuff. Get what you give. Protection message. Don't chase after what flees from you. Don't obsess over what eludes you. Don't bang your head against the wall. There is nothing romantic about what is unavailable. And I know a lot of us go after those emotionally unavailable human beings. And that says so much about us. Oh my goodness. We need to like work on that aspect of ourselves that goes for those things that are unattainable. It's not just a challenge. It's not just a challenge, and you're not winning by attaining those emotionally unavailable people. You are doing yourself and them a disservice by giving them that kind of attention when they act like that. Because that's teaching those people to keep treating people like that. Cut that off. No. We need to treat ourselves better. We deserve better. Protection message. We were at there is nothing romantic about what is unavailable, no prize given for torturing yourself, and nothing to be gained by refusing to see the red flags that have been waving since you began your pursuit. I know somebody had felt that. I know somebody felt that. Now is the time to walk away. There are other goals, other loves, other games, other successes waiting for you. The way out of obsessing is radical acceptance and surrender. Spirit wants only the best for you. This is a sign that you have something much better waiting for you. Trust. It literally does say trust. Moving on, I feel like we spent enough time with that. We are already at an hour. I hope you guys have this on speed 2 at least, because I got the gift of gab. But all these messages are important, so I'm not going to apologize because somebody needs to hear it. It may not be you, but it'll be the other you. Or you in the future. You may even come back to this video and be like, oh, that message was for me now. It wasn't for me back then. That will happen a lot with these videos too, you'll notice. Now note that this one did not have prayer flags in it, but the other two did. This next card that I just grabbed also has prayer flags in it. So I feel very called to point out that somebody needs to do more conversing with their spirit guides and or God and or whatever you believe in, your ancestors. Praying is praying. Whatever it is you believe in, try not to pray to the bad things because some bad stuff can come from that. But nothing good will come from that. Pray to your ancestors, pray to your spirit guides, pray to your angels, pray to God, the universe, source, whatever it is that you believe in on the good side of things. I am getting heavily called to call out that somebody needs to do a bit more praying and or maybe thinking out loud, which is in and of itself its own way of prayer. I had somebody I once dated who I guess recorded me talking to myself, which is kind of what I'm doing now, technically. But I was going through it. I was having like some serious catastrophes happening in my life, and instead of being there for me, like this is your first red flag, right? Instead of being there for me and even telling me about this, I had to find this out from somebody else because they were showing this video to people. I had to find this out from somebody else that they had recorded this mental breakdown that I had like while I, felt like I was in the safety of a lone space, right? To just divulge my stress and I don't know. Anyway, I was going through it. And instead of being there for me, they decided to share that with people. That is such a toxic person thing to do. Wow. So If you see somebody struggling or you feel like you're struggling, don't let other people shame you into to like not venting that and purging that, because maybe you don't feel safe or comfortable purging that out to somebody else, so you want to do it in the safety of alone time, to God, to your ancestors, to your higher self, to whatever. You just want to get it out, right? And sometimes you don't feel safe or comfortable talking to somebody about it, and so you do it in the confines and the safety of alone space. Having that violated, so many levels of wrong. But I digress. Don't feel shamed for it. Let yourself, purge. Don't feel ashamed of yourself for it either. It's good for you to get that out. Bottling it up inside is bad for your health. It can manifest all kinds of things in your body, like cancer, and it's been proven scientifically that bottling up stress causes disease in the body. So don't let people make you feel bad about yourself for venting that out in the confines of your room, in the confines of your alone time, in your car. If you're sitting there having a little gift of gab to yourself, yapping away, and somebody comes up to your car and they're like, whoa, you just brush it off and keep going. Honestly, just get it out. It's important to get it out. I don't know. I felt called to say that because I feel like somebody here probably feels self conscious about like talking to God or talking to Source or whatever, because you feel like you're talking to yourself. But talking to yourself is a great outlet. It's good to get it out. If you don't have somebody you feel comfortable venting and purging all that information on because you don't feel like they're trustworthy, i.e., the person who recorded me doing all that obviously was not a trustworthy person. So my higher self was right to tell me not, to make me not feel comfortable divulging that to them, because, what kind of person records you unbeknownst to you and then shares that with other people? Clearly not somebody trustworthy, right? So if that makes anybody feel any better, I mean, I'm not even mad about it anymore. I just find it kind of hilarious and ridiculous because it was just confirmation that they weren't somebody I could trust, and also confirmation to myself and to somebody else out there that I was filling a void in my life because I had gotten with them. I don't know why I'm being so personal with you right now, but I'd gotten with them after a bad breakup with somebody else. And unbeknownst to myself at the time, I did not know that I was rebounding. I guess some part of me must have known, but rebound relationships, don't do that. From words from the wise, they're never people that, they don't come to you when you're in the right energy. So people that come to you when you're in that negative headspace and that deep time of reflection, when you're supposed to be, working on yourself and like going through the grieving process from that past relationship or whatever bad thing was happening, people that come to you during those times, typically it's a mirror. So they are also in that space of their life, right, where they're also having that reflective period or that negative mindset. They're at that low vibrational frequency. That is not the time to get into a relationship. I've done this several times, so I'm sure somebody out there has done this too. It is not the time, and it's taken me so long to learn that. So I hope somebody out there is learning this from me. Do not get into relationships when you're in that vibrational frequency, because the relationship that you get in isn't going to be healthy. It's just not. It never is. It always ends in tears. So take the time to grieve, process whatever you're going through. And it's okay to like make friends in that time and let people be there for you, because that's awesome. That's good. But wait it out. Don't try and get romantically involved because you're both just gonna freak each other out. It's just not gonna go well. It's better to like it's better to heal first and then try to pursue something later once you're in a better mind state, once you're vibrating at a higher frequency and you're in your positive. And that doesn't mean that like, this is getting so long, that doesn't mean that the people that come into your life when you're at a low vibrational frequency won't later elevate with you. But it's important not to get with them when you're vibrating at those low frequencies, because it sets the course for your relationship. I don't know why. I mean, I do kind of know why, but I don't know how to explain it. So I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. I'm gonna move on. I felt called to say all that, and this is such a public forum for me to just kind of announce my dirty laundry. But whatever, we're getting close. I just don't even care anymore. I'm at that point in my life where I just have zero F's to give. Uh, Card number 13. Look at how cool the artwork is on these cards. I love it. Fork in the road. I find it really interesting that this looks to be like a llama or oh, what is it? Emu? Maybe an no, it's a llama or a I think they are emu, right? Or is that the bird? Shoot, I get my animals mixed up with the ones with weird names like that. But he has antlers. So it's a little strange mashup. He's like a mythical creature. He's got an owl on his back. Look up the significance, spiritual significance of owls. Whoever. There's also a monkey in here. So somebody may want to look up the spiritual significance of monkeys because those aren't things I know. Card number 13, fork in the road. So you have a decision to make. You are at there's a sign here, a little signpost here with different signs pointing different directions. So you are in a place in your life where you have different options and different roads that you can travel, like different paths that you can take in your life. And I'm being called to say that you're feeling confused as to which path to take. There's something about this. There's like two arrows pointing very close to the same direction, but then the rest of the arrows are all pointing in different directions on this card. And I feel like the arrows are pointing. So if this resonates for you and you are in a place in your life where you're trying to decide what path to take in your life, look up the spiritual significance of owls, because I feel like whoever this message is for is meant to look that up, and whatever that is for you, the spiritual significance of an owl, seeing an owl, I feel like that's going to help you make a decision. For another person, I see that you have a lot of different ways you could take for your life. And one of those happens to be spirituality. Like you're on the fence about getting more into spirituality, and maybe you came to this video because you were curious. That's kind of what I'm being called to point out, is that you were curious and you came to this video for that reason. I am being directed to say to follow your instincts, follow your intuition, and to lean more into spiritualism and start researching more about it. There's going to be some answers for you regarding life from that path. So spirituality is a yes for you. Number 13, let's look that up really quick. Number 13, the ascended masters such as Jesus, Jesus, Kuan Yin, and so on are with you. I'm sure I said that wrong. Feel free to correct me in the comments. I have no problems being corrected. Are with you, helping you maintain a positive outlook. The number 13 signifies that female ascended masters and goddesses are assisting you in staying positive. So regardless of your gender, you have some female goddesses and female masters that are with you right now, trying to help you maintain a sense of positivity. So if you feel like your emotions are kind of back and forth, that when they're getting pulled in that positive direction, you feel you're like, I don't understand like how I'm kind of fluctuating like this, and you're like, maybe I'm just bipolar. I'm being called to tell you you're not bipolar. You have some ascended female goddesses, some female masters, some. I'm being called heavily that you have ancestors, female ancestors, somebody who passed away somewhat recently, maybe not super recently, within like 10 years or so. A female ancestor who is with you, trying to guide you on your path and trying to help raise your positivity and make you, because I'm being called to say you feel really alone right now. Whoever this message is for, you're going to know because it'll resonate in your body. You'll get chills or whatever. Um, whoever this message is for, you have a female ancestor with you that's trying to make you not feel so alone, because they can sense your pain and you're feeling really alone right now and you're feeling really sad and discordant and you're really struggling with that within yourself. She's with you and she's trying to help you, and you might feel her presence sometimes and like you feel like somebody's watching you. That's just her trying to make you not feel alone. I hope it helps somebody. That was really deep and definitely is very specific. So whoever that message is for, you'll know because you'll feel it in your body and it'll resonate. Um, oh, for somebody else though, you are trying to seek spirituality, or you're curious about spirituality, and you have some ascended masters and some female goddesses, I guess, on your side that want to help guide you on that path. Interesting. You caught some attention apparently. Lucky. Let's see. Fork in the road, essential meanings, time to make a decision, considering the consequences as you prepare to act, owning up to your obligation to make a necessary choice. The oracle's message: every choice has a consequence. You've arrived at a fork in the road and are being asked to come to a decision. Will you further your dreams by, drumroll, choosing left, or by choosing right? If you've seen The Labyrinth, I don't know why I'm being called out to say that movie with David Bowie and Jennifer, isn't that her name? Jennifer Connelly. Check out The Labyrinth. I don't know why, but I feel like that's going to help somebody here who's feeling a little depressed and needing some direction in their life. That might help you for some reason. It's a really good movie. If nothing else, it'll lift your spirits. One of my favorites. Dance, magic, dance. Dance, magic, dance. And if you're into Bowie, if you're into, I mean, he is cool. He's so cool. And in that movie, one of my friends loves that movie because he's got a bulge going on. So if you're gonna find an issue with that, maybe don't watch it or just ignore that aspect. But he's wearing some very tight pants, and there's definitely a bulge there, if you know what I mean. Just saying, one of my friends watches that movie just for that reason because he's really into David Bowie, and it's like he's like, if Bowie hadn't passed away, he's like, we would have ended up married. He used to always say that, like, super funny. Okay. By choosing left or by choosing right? Will you take the road less traveled or the one well worn by others who have come before you? This is your choice, and yours alone to make. Circumstances and other people will not make it for you. Be present and do not avoid this junction, for it is an important crossroads. Take heart, as no matter which path you choose, you will have a rich and meaningful experience. That's fantastic. So I feel like there's more than one of you that are on a crossroads right now. There's the person, or maybe a few people, I'm just getting one energy that's like curious about spirituality. There's somebody who's feeling depressed. And I feel like both those people might be depressed for obvious reasons. Like if you had somebody pass away recently, or somebody you've been thinking about a lot lately that passed away. Anyway, spirituality, definitely a direction for you to dive into a little deeper. Don't go crazy. Some people go really crazy with spirituality, and they start getting like a god complex. I mean, there's a difference between we're all one with God, and we are the embodiment of God witnessing life, or whatever it is. I forget exactly how to say it to where it's understandable by other people, but there's a difference between that and then having a God complex and thinking you're almighty, all powerful, yada yada. If you go down that path, it's like the crazy town path, the God complex path. And so there's a reason I don't like some spiritual leaders that are in the spirituality community. for that reason, is because it gives them a sense of arrogance, and they start thinking that they are flawless in a way. Like they're like, I'm better than you because I know this and I have ascended to this. I am awake. None of us are fully awake. Bro, if we were fully awake, we wouldn't be here anymore, probably. I mean, none of us are fully awake. We're all just waking up and we're on our path to love, light, and enlightenment, you know? Once you start thinking that you are fully awake, you're not learning anymore. To know that you are not fully awake is to know that you are still learning. You are always still learning. And that's almost like a conundrum in and of itself, because people would argue that because I know I'm not fully awake, I am awake. There's a whole thing. There's like a whole community of people that, but we're all on this path together. We are all learning. None of us are better than anyone else. Each of us just has a small piece of the puzzle, and we're all contributing it, you know, to each other to make the bigger picture. And without everybody else's puzzle piece, you can't see the full picture. So something to take into consideration when you think that you're, not saying you do, but if somebody thinks they're better than you or thinks that they're smarter than you or whatever else, it'll make you feel better to understand and know that they're not. You're all on the same even playing field. You all just have different varying degrees and levels of information in those varying little parts and pieces of the playing field, because none of us looks at anything the same. None of us sees anything the same. So all those different perspectives and everyone's different viewpoints are what make up the full picture. There's a whole rabbit hole you can go down about this, but think about that. That'll blow your mind. That ought to take your mind off your troubles for a while. Like, woo, highly interesting. I love doing this. If you guys ever want to have like a live philosophical back and forth on this stuff, let me know in the comments, and we'll hash it out, and maybe we'll do one of those sometime, because that could be a lot of fun, as long as everybody stays respectful and polite to each other. You know, we got to keep it respectful. Anyway, will you take the road less traveled or the one well worn by others who have come before you? Which is like a prime example of religion to me. Religion is just people like following one doctrine instead of versus spirituality, where you're kind of adopting all the different doctrines and all the different information, but also cruising your own path. You're trailblazing your own path. So I feel like one of the reasons I never fully embraced any one religion was because I feel like you have to kind of adopt all of them to get. It's like that what I was saying before. They all have a piece of the puzzle. It's all part of the puzzle. They're just different perspectives on the giant bigger picture, the full picture. It's just so interesting. Anyway, sorry, I digress. Moving on. This is your choice and yours alone to make. Circumstances and other people will not make it for you. Be present and do not avoid this junction, for it is an important crossroads. Take heart, as no matter which path you choose, you will have a rich and meaningful experience. It's true. Whatever you're being called, whichever direction you're being called to take, feel it in your body before you make the decision. Feel it resonate in your body. Sit with the decision and be like, is this really the path I want to take? You'll know in your body. Like for me, you'll see me in another video later, because like I was called to put certain videos on certain days, and so I have some of them scheduled out a little bit, but I'll still upload videos periodically when I'm called to do it also. It's just I'm following what I'm being directed to do, so in a spiritual sense. Oh, I totally lost my train of thought. I derailed myself. Oh, you'll see me talk about when something resonates in your body that way. Um, you'll know if it's the right path or not. Like for me, what I was gonna say is I had fought doing these videos because I don't like being in front of a camera. It makes me awkward. I do weird things with my face. It's like when somebody tries to get a picture of me, seeing me in real life versus getting a picture of me are completely two different things. Getting me on video is different from either of those things too. So I look completely different in real life versus how I look on a video too, because I know I'm in front of a camera and I get socially awkward sometimes and my face does weird things. So I'm not sorry. It's kind of fun. I look back on these videos and I'm like, ha, that's hilarious. Yeah, it's whatever. Um, but that just I was my whole point was like I was hesitant to do these videos just because of the letting other people in my energy and everything. And you'll notice on some of my videos I'm a lot quieter or shyer, or it just kind of depends on what the energy is in the moment. Not just my own energy, but it's a mix of my energy in the moment and the viewer's energy. So, and then some of the earlier ones, I'm shyer, ones that I recorded previously, and some of those are going to be still posted out. So stay tuned. And I'm more reserved, but those all reflect different parts of my personality too, because we are not one thing. We are a compilation of different things depending on how we're feeling in that moment. Sometimes we're quieter because we're tired, or we're feeling shy, or whatever the circumstances with emotion. And I know that there's a lot of argument about maintaining one steady sense of calm or vibration. And while I do agree with that to an extent, I think it's also important to embrace what you're feeling in a moment while still trying to maintain a sense of steadiness in here, in your core, and not, not letting your frequency get too warbly. I don't know, somebody needed to hear that. Relationship message. You've reached a moment of truth in the evolution of your relationship. Which will you choose to open up to the possibility of love, or to remain isolated, to go deeper and commit to mutual passion, or to walk away, or to remain in those stagnant surface level relationships? I'm being called to point that out too, because I feel somebody here does that. I'm not calling anybody out. You do you, but is it really resonating with you? Does your body really resonate with it, and does it feel good inside your soul? Consider that. Think about that. This is a time to take responsibility for your truest desire and follow it. Be honest with yourself about what you're willing to do, invest, and give, then choose. You cannot make a wrong choice. If you move forward with a relationship, know that it will be based in truth and authenticity. You will have made a conscious decision rather than simply hanging on because you don't want to be alone. Or ending things because you're afraid of the intensity of genuine connection. Whoever you are, you know who you are. That's all I'm going to say. All roads lead to the lessons you must learn in your relationships. And don't feel like I'm calling you out, because I was guilty of all these things too. All sides of the coin. I have been all those different sides. We live and we learn. We have to learn in the moments. All roads lead to the lessons you must learn in your relationships, regardless of the decision you make. It will place you on the path to a truest, it will place you on the path to a truer experience of the heart. So regardless of what path you choose, even if it's the quote unquote wrong choice, it's not the wrong choice because you're going to learn from it. But do you need to learn that lesson, or can you learn it by knowing that it's the wrong path? If you know it already and you can be true to your heart, then you don't need to go through the lesson. But if you really need to learn that lesson, you can make that less resonating choice. You know what it is. I'm not going to go there. Prosperity message. You've come as far as you can on this part of your journey, and now you're faced with a choice. Inherent in this choice is the need for change, for evolution, and for a bettering of your circumstances. Narrow it down to just a single question. Who do I need to become, and what do I need to believe in order to live a life of prosperity? Answer honestly and from the heart. Then the decision about which way to go will be effortless. Know that abundance is all around you. Choose to see it, and it will be easier to settle on a direction. For the way will be made clear by your intuition, which knows how to steer you toward your well being. Oh, that's what I was saying earlier. I was trying to, for somebody who's trying to make these choices as to which path they want to take, and if they want to take a path of spirituality, before I decided to do the YouTube video, I told you why I wasn't really wanting to do it, but now I want to tell you why I want to do it. I feel lit up inside by talking to you. I feel like by sharing some of my experiences, I'm helping some of you who are dealing with similar experiences or who have dealt with similar experiences, or maybe just need to understand a different perspective from these situations because maybe you were on the other side of a similar situation and you can see the other side of the coin when you hear these stories from my perspective, from somebody who was on this side of the tracks, I guess, or the situation. I really hope that this is like is helping you, like you're able to like absorb it. And I know that it's going to get under people's skin. Some of the stuff I say definitely gets under people's skin, and especially the way I say it, but I feel like that's divinely guided. I feel like it needs to get under your skin. It needs to agitate you a little if it's agitating you. If it's not agitating you and you're actually just vibing so hard with it, that's the way it was meant to do also, because we all perceive things only from our own experience. We're only able to perceive them from our own past experiences. So if it's getting under your skin, good. Think about why it's getting under your skin. Think about what that means, like what past experiences you've had that would create that friction in you. Like you could make it an easy excuse and be like, you're annoying, or you have an attitude, or your tone, or you know, that's a lot of finger pointing, but is it helping you? It's not helping you. What I'm doing is I'm trying to help you. And sometimes I have to agitate people in order to help them because it agitates you in a way that makes you think about it. So if you can take that step and self-reflect on why it's agitating you, like what within yourself from your past experiences, why that agitates you, you can grow from that. And you will have just passed another milestone in your growth journey, and it'll help you in future situations. And I do see somebody has an interesting situation that's going to occur, that this you're going to think back on this when you go through that situation. And I hope this helps. This cup has a few coffee stains on it. I probably should bleach it, but I don't bleach anything that has anything to do with food. I don't really bleach anything generally. I try to use non-toxic ways to do things. Maybe that's a message for somebody. Somebody who has sensitivities, use vinegar for sterilizing and for whitening, things like that. This is so bizarre, and I don't know why this works so well, but Castile soap, like Dr. Bronner's, works amazing for getting out stains. I just soak stuff in that, and then I scrub it afterwards, and it comes right off. I have no idea like how it's so effective. It's probably the acidity, if I'm being honest. Derailed. Okay, moving on. Protection message. Indecision is extremely. Oh, hold on. Let's choose to see it, and it will be easier to settle on a direction. For the way will be made clear by your intuition, which knows how to steer you toward your well being. I feel like I was meant to say that again for some reason. Somebody needs to know that, I guess. Protection message. Indecision is extremely frustrating and will lead to anxiety, loss, and confusion. At this juncture, you can't remain in place without losing your way altogether. Avoid the tendency to let others choose for you, which amounts to a subtle refusal to take responsibility. You need to take responsibility for your own actions, for your own decisions. Don't let other people make decisions for you because you feel hesitant to be responsible for that decision. Got to do it yourself. You're the only one who can guide you the way that you need to be guided, the direction you need to go. Don't give your power away, not even to this oracle. By not making a choice, you are making a choice for which you must be accountable. If that choice leads to undesirable circumstances, take heart. Spirit never tires of giving you second chances. You can always start again once you've learned this valuable lesson. Moving on, because we're already at an hour and no freaking way, an hour and 45 minutes. That is insanity. I should end this, but I have 3 cards left, so we're going strong, friends. We're going strong. Time for a nap. Legit, that's so for real. Number 24, this is a moon. Oh, with a cute little fox asleep on the bottom of the moon and little stars twinkling in the sky. And a crazy looking like spirit face in the background right here. Check that out. That's cool. Anyway, more clouds. Seems to be somebody's having, I'm getting called that somebody's feeling foggy. If you're feeling like mentally foggy lately, this could be a reading for you. Number 24. Oh, what happened? Additional angels are surrounding you right now, helping you stay optimistic no matter what is going on around you. That is so crazy. The little spirit face in the background. It has a star in the middle of its forehead too. Rewind and pause on that if you need to, but that is so cool. And I'm being called out that there's a star right around where the throat chakra would be on the spirit. So for whoever has the guides, I feel like they're somehow being blocked with communicating with you by something you're doing. Drink more water. Water helps a lot with intuition and being in flow with the universe. Less caffeine, more water. You want to be hydrated. It helps a lot. I'm being called to tell people that. Anyway, helping you stay optimistic no matter what is going on around you. The angels know the magical power of faith, and they're releasing any negative thoughts and emotions to give you a clear path for the manifestation of your desires. I think this reading was just meant to go really long. Pay attention to those negative thoughts and letting them flow away. Also being called to like tell you, I got this from I think another reader about and I did actually research it afterwards because I found it fascinating, but when you put positive intentions into your water, like saying positive things and feeling those positive things in your body when you're saying them at the water, you are actually changing the molecular structure of your water. Science and mysticism. I'm going to sneeze. Maybe. Science and mysticism, where they intersect, is my sweet spot. Again, whispering positive intentions at your water and like feeling that in your body when you're saying it at the water as you're drinking it. Obviously, stop talking before you drink it, but keep feeling that feeling in your body. You can actually change the molecular structure with your energy towards that water. They've done scientific studies, and since you're on YouTube, you can YouTube it and look up. Oh God, what is that scientist's name? Cannot remember, but you'll see a bunch of different studies on it about the effects of frequency on water. Look that up. I think that's how you'll find it. Different frequencies, and then you can go on like a little rabbit hole from that to yelling at water versus singing to water versus saying positive things at water, etc. They did the same thing with plants. And plants are however much percentage water, mostly water, just like we are. We're 98% water, 99% water, whatever it is. Um, so imagine what you're doing to yourself when you're talking negatively to yourself, what you're doing to other people when you're talking negatively to them. You're affecting them and yourself, because when you're saying those negative things, even at other people, you are putting that frequency in your own body. So not only are you hurting them, but you're also hurting yourself. And on an actual molecular structure way, molecularly, you are hurting both of you. And you can look that up. That is scientific fact. That negative energy that you're putting out at other people, yelling hateful things at them, feeling those negative and hateful things at them, is hurting yourself. Physically, it's a toxicity. You're putting poison into your own body with your own thoughts and your own words, your own vibrations. If you won't do it, if you won't stop doing it to help them, do it for yourself. I digress. Number 24, time for a nap. Essential meanings: rest, rejuvenation, and renewal. Temporary non-action, allowing dreams to arise. The oracle's message. So I also am being called out that somebody's not sleeping enough. And naps are good for you. Take a nap. The oracle's message: this is a time to step away and rest. Let the cares of your world go. Go into a state of non-action and allow yourself to be free of the shackles of your goals, your lists, your desires. Nothing is as important as rest, detachment, and neutrality. So for those people that are going through it, and you're losing your job and you're losing your relationships and all this stuff is crumbling around you, rest. You need to rest. You need to relax. You need to hydrate, drink water, sleep a lot. They say that when you sleep a lot, it's a sign of depression. It's also a sign of your body trying to regulate itself. Because when you go through intense periods of stress, it depletes your energy. How do you replenish that energy? Water and sleep. Don't sleep too much, obviously. Sleep the normal amounts that you should be sleeping. Get your naps in. Get your 8 hours in. If you feel like you need to sleep 10 hours, sleep 10 hours, but don't do it every single day. You know what I mean? Like, balance. Find balance. But it'll help you. It'll help you to be in the right energy to attract the good things that you need to get into your life. That new job, that new friends group, that new girlfriend, boyfriend, significant other, whatever. Rest, relaxation, hydration. The overly busy mind can block you from inner wisdom if you don't step back, take a seat, and rest. Be willing to let dreams surface and ideas flow through you, absent any force or conscious direction, as you observe without engagement now. Relationship message: when it comes to matters of the heart, don't make any plans right now. If you're not partnered, it's good to take this time out to get to know yourself. If you're involved with someone, relax and just be with your partner. This is going to be an uneventful moment in time. Don't force anything now. Allow things to flow naturally, and a beautiful renewal will take place all by itself. Patience is the key to your heart's desire right now. Withdraw from action in your relationship and give it a rest so that your love and connection can become rejuvenated. They said everything I would have said, so I'm good. Prosperity message: this is a great time to take a break from your busy schedule and allow yourself the opportunity to step back. Your plans are meant to be put on ice. Your goals can wait. Dream, imagine, and let go of attachments to any outcome now. Meditate and take a holiday if you can. Things will speed up soon enough. After a break, you may want to make some changes. Epiphanies have an amazing way of arising when you take your focus off your to-do list and allow yourself to rest. I have nothing to add to that. All of that is basically what we've been saying. Protection message: you are a human being, not a human doing. Is it possible you're suffering from workaholism? Could be. Maybe that's why you lost that job, is to make you take a moment to rest. And I'm not saying that, Yay, I'm glad you lost your job. Don't take it that way. Perception. Watch how you're perceiving other people, especially those who are trying to help you. But taking a rest is helpful and good. Could be, could you be the one who thinks it's your job to save everyone, to be there for everyone, and to go, go, go until you can barely see straight? That's your girl right here. I'll start calling myself out if it makes you guys feel a little better. Most of these messages also, like, they usually pertain to me in some way also. So that's how we get these messages, is because we're all interlinked. You've come to my channel, you find these videos because you're meant to see these videos. I'm giving you this message because on some level we are connected and we are going through similar things. To be there for everyone and to go, go, go until you can barely see straight. You've gone as far as you can. You've worked hard and nourished people and projects, but now you are an empty well and have no reserves for others or for yourself. Don't let your ego keep you going full speed when your body and spirit need rest. Exhaustion is calling you to stop what you're doing altogether and take a break. If you don't, the appearance of this card could portend a possible illness that stems from being totally overwhelmed. You will feel like a new person if you take that break. Do it now. And so I'm guessing that I am meant to take a break as soon as this video is done. So I will do so because I like to listen. But that's a call to somebody else, that take the break when you need the break. Don't fight the break, or you could end up sick or other bad things. Blessed, number 22. This has a picture of a beautiful fairy looking woman with stars around, and it looks like rose petals in the air below her in the shape of hearts. And I feel like somebody has a blessing of a new, I don't know why, but I deeply am being nudged that somebody has a new relationship on the horizon. You're about to be blessed. Once you let go of the relationship that is not fulfilling you, you're going to be blessed with one that will. And you also will fulfill somebody else. The next relationship that you get into, if you get into the right one, you have to make sure that you're not following patterns and getting into those same surface level relationships, and follow your heart and your soul this time. You're going to be blessed. They are going to make you feel like you are the blessing, and you are going to feel blessed by them as well. That is a love message for somebody, and I don't do a lot of those, so if I'm being called to do it, it's because I'm being called. You're going to find love. That's beautiful. Congratulations. So I'm going to put this, we're just going to throw it on top. Blessed, number 22. The angels can see the positive results of your prayers, and they want you to have patience and stay optimistic while the final details are being worked out in heaven. This is an urgent call from the angels to keep the faith. I couldn't have said that better myself, because really good things are on the horizon for you. If this is resonating with you and you're feeling it in your body when I'm saying it, this message is for you. Some beautiful, like, magic. I feel like it's magic. You're going to be like, wow, this is magical. It's such a good feeling in my body. I'm so happy for you. Congratulations. 22. Blessed. Essential meanings. Something wonderful that is unearned and unexpected. Grace that is an unforeseen gift from spirit. So for following your heart and letting go of the things that aren't serving you, spirit, God, the divine, whatever you want to call it, is going to bless you with a gift. And it's going to be completely out of the blue. It's going to be completely unexpected, but it's coming for you. I can, like, feel it. I'm getting chills in my body that it's coming for you. Something really magical and beautiful is on the horizon for you. Whoever you are, I am so happy for you. Congratulations. I hope you are feeling that. Like, if you're feeling that resonate in your body, like you're getting chills, it's for you. Congratulations. You can take this as confirmation, not blowing smoke up your you know what. I'm like, you are actually going to be blessed by taking those steps. You have to actually take the steps though and let go of what's not serving you in order to be gifted. I have to tell you that because it's the truth. I can't sugarcoat it for you. You don't get something from nothing, but you are going to be blessed the moment you let go of what's not serving you and you do this selfless thing. It's going to be selfless because it's going to help whatever you're holding on to. Like, by letting go of it, you're letting that thing grow also because it's stagnant while you're holding on to it. It's not able to grow. Once you release it, it's going to grow, and so are you, and you're going to be blessed by this. That's amazing. Congratulations. You should celebrate yourself by having yourself some sort of sweet treat that you like. If you like ice cream and you've been on a diet lately, I'm giving you permission right now to have yourself a little cheat and have yourself some ice cream. It's not going to be affecting your diet too badly if you do a little, just a little bit. Have yourself like a little spoonful, just a little, and savor it. You've earned it. If you've already released whatever wasn't serving. But I feel like this is, I'm being called. I'm sorry, but it's something that you haven't released yet that you are on the fence about releasing. So something that is currently in your life, it's a job you're holding on to or something that you're holding on to. Interesting. It is for somebody who's trying to leave a relationship. There's somebody who's in a committed relationship and they're very unhappy in that relationship and they don't feel like it's serving them or fulfilling them. Don't come for me. I'm being called to tell you that once you let go of that relationship that you're in, you're going to make way for something magical to come in. And the universe is going to give that to you. It's going to feel like a dream. I don't know why I'm being heavily called to say it's going to feel like a dream and you're going to be like questioning if it's real and you're like not trusting yourself about like its authenticity, but it is authentic. I'll confirm it for you now. Come back to this reading once you've gotten into that and it feels like a dream and it's like a dream come true. After you let go of whatever this thing is that's not serving you, that next thing is going to be a dream come true for the person with the relationship thing, the next relationship. If you follow your heart, you have to follow your heart and soul to the next relationship in order, for it to come in correct. But the universe is just going to gift it to you on a silver platter. That's kind of how it sounds. Interesting. Moving on. The Oracle's message: there are moments in life when, out of the blue, it seems that everything has been orchestrated by divine intervention. You feel blessed in ways that are difficult to express. It's like something you can't explain, basically. This is going to be one of those things. It's as if the Red Sea parts in front of you and events come together to banish your troubles easily and naturally. You know deep down you did not deserve any of it, and yet here you are. This is one of those times. Let awe and gratitude for all your blessings guide you now. Relationship message: you are moving toward a deepening of intimacy in a unique and sacred partnership. You know you are meant to make this connection. This union blessed by the divine will bring transformation and beauty to the world. So once you release the thing that's not serving you, you're going to come into this beautiful relationship that's going to be like a movement towards like true intimacy, a unique and sacred partnership. That is beautiful. That is like the best news I've given in like forever. You know you are meant to make this connection. This union blessed by the divine will bring transformation and beauty to the world. So your relationship, when you get into that new relationship, even if it's coming back to an old relationship, which it very well may be for some of you, I see, the number 5 may be significant to somebody who is coming back to an old relationship for whatever reason. Look that up. Well, I guess I could look that up. Oh, no. Didn't mean to do that. Number 5, a significant change is occurring, always for the better. It's a good idea to call upon heaven for help with life changes. So there you go. The situation with an old flame is going to change for one of you. That's cool. Congratulations. It's going to go really well for you, I feel. This is also a sign. Oh, that's right. So it's going to make a transformation for the rest of the world too, because when you get into this new relationship, when you're being true to yourself and you're being true to your heart and your soul, you're going to encourage other people. You're going to inspire other people to feel comfortable to follow their heart and their soul. So you're doing a service to other people just by being happy, just by being true to yourself and finding real happiness. I want to stand up and applaud you, but everything will fall if I do. But I will sit and applaud you. That's so cool. This is also a sign that, even more important, you're being called to a deeper intimacy with yourself and spirit, because you're trust falling into spirit's hands basically by letting go of what doesn't serve you and following your heart. That is so cool. And so then you're going to be showing spirit or the universe or whatever you want to call it that you trust them, the guides. So you're deepening that intimacy with yourself and with spirit because you trust your inner knowing and you trust. Wow, that is so deep. That's cool. You trust your inner knowing, you trust yourself. So you're going to deepen your intuition. I'm getting called to say you're going to strengthen those psychic abilities. Your intuition is going to get stronger from this also. That's a gift. That's cool. And you're going to you're going to feel like stronger and more connected with spirit, which is enhancing your inner knowing also, because you're co-creating with the universe always. With this new development, you will see evidence of grace in your life. Everywhere, everything's going to shift and you're going to see it and it's going to be undeniable to you. Prosperity message. Unexpected windfalls and good fortune come your way now. You're in a phase where any difficulties or obstacles that have stymied your success seem to disappear on their own. Just by letting go of what doesn't serve you, you're going to bring in something new, which could be career for some of you. Be ready to receive. The windows of opportunity will open wide. Accept the blessings given to you now and don't forget to share them. Always be grateful, be showing gratitude to the universe by showing that you're not selfish and you're not like hoarding your pentacles. For those of you who know tarot, you'll know what I'm talking about. You're not hoarding those pentacles. Help boost other people who are on their journey. Boost them up. Share your success. Protection message. Humility is called for now, as grace is an unearned gift. You didn't gain this by your own desires or actions. To be who you need to be, you can no longer do what you did. In a way, you have hit rock bottom, and what is required now is nothing less than total surrender. Then you will be blessed. That whole thing, letting go of what's leaving, letting go of what isn't serving you. Fantastic. Man, you guys are in for some serious windfalls. I'm so happy for you. And back to our original card, exchanging gifts. Yay. Yay. I didn't mean to sound like disingenuous with that. I'm just losing my voice again. I finally had my voice back at the beginning of this video, but I'm slowly losing it again. Too much gabbing, too much yapping. This is so magical. It just gives me a sense of magic. Giving and receiving magic. Giving and sharing with the universe. Trusting the universe. Trusting your blessings that are coming in. Letting go of what isn't serving you. Helping others. Lifting others up when you've been lifted up. Not being selfish. Not hoarding your pentacles. Etc., etc. If you see somebody else is down, lift them up the best you can. Number 27. Congratulations. Your optimism is attracting wonderful situations and relationships. That's what we've been saying. Stay positive as this attitude is working in your favor. You got this. You've got this. I don't have anything more to say about that. Like, this card is just confirming everything we've said. It's like come full circle. It was the beginning and the end. That's something in and of itself. There's a message in there for somebody too. Man, Spirit is on one today. Love it. Love it. Thank you. Thank you, universe, for the guidance. I'm so glad to get to share this with you guys. Exchanging gifts, essential meanings, the law of giving and receiving, currency, trade-offs, weighing costs and determining value, the oracle's message. You're entering into a productive and enriching time when all manner of opportunities are being offered to you. You have everything you need to seize them, yet in order to honor them, you must put in the time, exchange your experience and skills, and commit heart and soul to what you're choosing to pursue. You can do it. You can do it. You have what it takes to be successful if you align with the law of giving and receiving. You must exchange. You must engage in a dance of give and take, push and pull, doing and being. That is like full circle, tying up everything we've talked about. That is flippin' beautiful. So if you fast forwarded to the end to see what that card was going to be, there's some messages back in there for you about this too. And I mean, this is like what, a 2 hour, oh my gosh, this video is over 2 hours. So if you didn't have time, I don't blame you, but go back when you have time and watch. But speed 2 would be probably in your favor because I yap. But everything I say is for somebody, so it's not useless yapping. It's guidance. You have what it takes to be successful if you align with the law of giving and receiving. You must engage in a dance of give and take, push and pull, doing and being. If you let fear guide your choices, you could deplete yourself or create an imbalance. This is not a time of just do. Yes, I laughed at doo. I'm ashamed of myself. It was so, I can't help it, man. The inner child. This is a message for somebody to embrace your inner child and don't be ashamed of it when you laugh at really silly things like doo. I feel like another reader laughed at doo recently also that I was watching. I do not feel bad. I feel vindicated. Dashboard confessional. Listen to Vindicated. I don't know why, but I'm being called to say that somebody may get a message out of that. I am vindicated. I am selfish. I am wrong. I am right. I swear I'm right. I swear I knew it all along. And I am flawed. But I am cleaning up so well. I am seeing in me now the things you swore you saw yourself. So. And I don't remember the rest of the words. But that, I got chills from that. There's a message in that for somebody here. Somebody needs to listen to Dashboard Confessional Vindicated. It's wow. It's somebody who's like self-deprecating, somebody who didn't see in themselves something that the previous partner blessed, somebody that the previous partner that they were with saw in them, but you're now starting to see it in yourself. I am vindicated. You gotta listen to that. I feel like that's gonna have some messages in it for you. A lot of us, by the way, we sing because we get messages from it. Like we get given the message from spirit and it just comes and we're meant to give it to you, and that's why you hear a lot of us singing and stuff. Even if we aren't your favorite singer, you might like the original artist better, so go listen to Dashboard Confessional Vindicated. Anyway, if you let fear guide your choices, you could deplete yourself or create an imbalance. This is not a time of just do. Use your currency wisely and be mindful of the value others bring to your life. Let that sit with you for a minute. Use the currency wisely and be mindful of the value others bring to your life. Be grateful and be mindful that people are bringing goodness into your life when they are. Relationship message. Love is an exchange of life force energy between two beings. I cannot stress this enough. Be discerning of who you are exchanging energy with, be it sexually, be it physically, be it like whatever you're doing with your life, be discerning, because if you're just doing all that with whomever, you are choosing to share your energy and let them share their energy with you. I mean, apart from all the other things that can go wrong that you're already aware of, energy is a huge deal. You need to be mindful of who you are exchanging energy with, even on a platonic level, because all of that affects your life and affects your own vibrational frequency. So, who you're touching, who you're holding hands with, who you're hugging, who you're kissing, that is all energy exchange. Who you're even deciding to engage in an argument or conversation with. It's that whole thing I mentioned earlier about, how you're damaging your own frequency as well as theirs when you're being negative and saying hateful things. Anyway, love is an exchange of life force energy between two beings. It grows exponentially when it's reciprocated, meaning when somebody is giving you more than you're giving them, it's stagnating the energy and it's depleting the energy in both of you. So you need to reciprocate that energy or go somewhere else. Like, let that person go so they can find somebody who will reciprocate that energy, and it'll help them grow, and like you'll get with the right person and it'll help you grow. That energy that you guys share between yourselves, you're raising your vibrational frequency by exchanging the reciprocated energy. It's beautiful. And that's why when you're in a harmonious relationship, you feel energized and excited. And like, yes, the right relationship will make you feel calm, in those moments when, you're calming each other down. I don't know what this is. When you're calming each other down, like you're cuddling, you're like winding down for the night, or they're your safe place and they make you feel calm and make you feel safe. That is also an energy exchange, and that's also resonance that it is the right relationship for you. But also, when that same person, you have those positive energy, like you get tinglies and you get anxious, but it's like a good anxious kind of like fear. Sometimes you're going to be afraid when something's right also, because you know that if it goes away, you're going to be sad. So that's why you feel like that. But that doesn't mean they're the wrong person. That just means that you're afraid of the right person because you're afraid of losing them. And we have to be in a place with ourselves where we can accept that things come when they're meant to and they leave when they're meant to. If that person is meant to stay in your life, even if they go, they will return. It just means that the timing wasn't right. So don't be afraid if things might leave. I know that's hard with some of us that have abandonment issues. I get that. Believe me, I get that. And you don't want them to leave. You were like, why can't we just grow together? Sometimes it's just not how it works. Some people need that separation time in order to be able to grow the way they're meant to grow. And then they'll come back. And everything will be balanced and beautiful. And the vibe will be right. And it's what's meant for you will never pass you by. That is a quote, and it is one of the pillars of life to live by. That should be your ultimate pillar. If you live by nothing else, live by that. What is meant for me will never pass me by. That doesn't mean that it won't leave at some point. That just means that it might leave and come back later. You don't have to be afraid. When you know that something that's meant for you will come back, it helps you to not hold on so tightly. When you hold on too tightly, you prevent it from growing. And this is a message to me also. I am guilty, just like the rest of you. We're all learning together and growing together. You must give and receive in order for love to flourish and abundance to flow between you. Spirit wants you to start accepting all the blessings waiting for you, as well as offer the same gift in return. So when somebody, you notice somebody's giving to you more than you're giving, that's your message. That is your cue. That is your sign to step it up. Step it up and start giving also. But it's also a sign that maybe they need to be giving to themselves more. So you could also give to them by encouraging them to give more to themselves. Maybe give them a spa day. Like, you notice that they're giving too much to you. A way that you could give back is encouraging them to take a spa day. Pay for a spa day for them. Guy or a girl is going to appreciate a spa day and probably need it, especially if they're a guy, because they probably never take one. Some of you men, like the manly ones, the real manly men, tough macho types, don't like to do stuff like that because for whatever reason they feel like it's not manly. But it is the most manly thing you can do is taking care of yourself. Spa day is taking care of yourself. Massage, facial, steam, all those good things. Let yourself be pampered a little there, gentlemen. Anyway, Spirit wants you to start accepting all the blessings waiting for you, as well as offer the same gift in return. Open your heart and allow it to be filled. Let love in and let it flow out of you too. Love is truly yours today. Prosperity message. All your hard work and efforts, your commitment to learning, creating, and spending your time wisely pay off in ways you may not have been anticipating. The gifts of yourself, your time, your ideas, and the energy of your intentions are being reciprocated by the universe, which is sending you signs and signals aligning synchronistic meetings and opportunities to bring you success and more. Everything is an exchange. Keep doing what you're doing. Goodwill comes back tenfold. Protection message. Be careful what you pray for because you just might get it. Ain't that the truth? And then realize you don't want to face the hefty price tag that comes with it. That's that whole thing circling back to the beginning where we talked about not getting something that you really want and not for you, like divine intervention. God is protecting you from yourself kind of thing. Sometimes what you want is not really what you want. You think you want it, but you don't want that. Trust me. And I feel like that's like for those times when you really want something and you don't get it and you're really upset by it and then you drop everything else to try and run after it and go get it. Like, I don't know, like it's usually shallow things. It's usually you want something really shallow, and those are usually the things that aren't meant for you. You're never going to be steered in the wrong direction when you're following your heart and your soul. Because I feel like somebody's misinterpreting this message. So I'm being called to like call out the defining difference between being protected from what you want does not mean things your heart wants. When it's your heart and your soul that wants it, you will know because you will feel that resonance in your body. That is meant for you. That's how you know it's meant for you. You'll feel it in your body. And some people don't know what that feeling is and they think it's a bad feeling. It's not. I mean, there's a definite difference between a bad feeling and a confused, tingly, weird sensation in your body. That tingly, weird sensation in your body is resonance. Congratulations. You just learned what resonance is. But anyway, I'm getting so excited. I'm sorry. I'm so happy for you. But I want to make sure that you understand the difference between being divinely protected from what you want and that feeling, that pull, that undeniable pull towards something that is meant for you. That's vastly different than going after something that you just want that's not meant for you. That pull, that is resonance. Your soul is being pulled towards it. It's like, you know what I mean? We've all felt it about something in our lives. Maybe you rejected it because you don't like being controlled, but I digress. I'm not going to go there. Then you realize you don't want to face the hefty price tag that comes with it. You may find yourself in a situation you've always desired, but know you will have to walk away from or even fail at it because you can't or won't pay the dues it asks of you. If you want to be a famous musician, that hits for somebody out there. I don't know. I just got the ping. You have to practice your craft every day. If you want to be a millionaire, you have to be responsible for managing the money and paying the taxes. By the way, that's a nightmare. The more money that you get, the more you have to do in order to appease the GOV and everybody. It's a whole thing. You may want to start looking into that now if you want to become a millionaire and see if that's really what you want, because that is a lot of work. You have to be responsible for managing the money and paying the taxes. Even a windfall bears a cost. It's okay though, because spirit will help you achieve balance over time. Another message here reminds you that being only the giver and not the receiver plays out in many relationships in your life where you find yourself in victim mode, in a codependent dynamic, or holding on to a false sense of control. Others may push you to continue to prove yourself. The time has come to distance yourself from this kind of imbalance. Being aware of the need for both give and take is the first step to your true destiny. It's all good and getting better. Not only can you handle this, but you can flourish as a result of it. And with that, I don't even know if YouTube is going to let me post this in one video, so this might get divvied up into two, because 2 hours and 26 minutes, I think, is past their typical time. So if you're seeing this, it probably got divvied up into two videos. I don't know how I'm going to do that, but I'll figure it out. With that, we're going to go ahead and go. I think that you guys got the messages you need. All this got tied up and wrapped up in a cute little bow, so if you have any questions or concerns, rewind and shoot back to the other cards, because there's probably your answer to whatever questions you had. I have a feeling it's been over 2 hours. This thing's not going to work, so let me turn it off and turn it back on again. Maybe. Oh, we're doing that little blinky thing again. I might have to get up and turn this off, which is fine. Yeah, it's not gonna work. Fail, divine intervention. Oh my gosh, I can't believe those didn't drop. Okay, I love you, bye.